Hey boys and girls, I picked up a new camera today because the other one was really annoying me, so I figured let's go ahead and make a quick video with it, and I'm going to show you how to disassemble or field strip a Desert Eagle Mark 7. Now the 19 would be and the 1 should be the same, so either one breaks down the same way. So okay, let's get cracking. First thing you need to do is make sure your gun is empty, and I have made sure that it is empty. Cock back the hammer. There's nothing in the chamber. This thing is too big for me to maneuver it around right now. It will knock things around. But it is empty. I checked it before I started the video. So first thing we do is we're going to take the barrel off, and the way you would do that is you have a button right here. If you push that button in, it will release a takedown lever, but you got to keep in mind the barrel's under pressure, so if you release it, it's going to jump forward. Just kind of support it with your hand, push that down, and it will jump forward, and we're going to pull up and forward on it until it comes out. Next, I'm going to take the slide out, and the way I would do that is yank it out. Now when you take that off, make sure you don't lose your gas block. Sometimes the recoil springs will fall out, and if they fall out, this thing can just start rolling around. So make sure you don't lose that part. Put those aside. Those just came right out. Next thing we need to do is take out our bolt. The way we do that is we have to take off the firing pin out. No, I'm sorry, not the firing safety, the firing pin out. Your gun came with a disassembly tool, this guy right here. So we will press in our firing pin and slide forward. And that plate is kind of held in place right now by the firing pin. I'm just going to put my thumb over it and pull the plate out. That will release my firing pin. Safety is in the off position. And you will just yank it out. Just make sure, same way it comes out, that's the way it goes in. So that's how it came out, that's how it's going to go in. I'm going to pull it out and give it a little tap. There's a spring in there. And there's the spring. I'm going to set the spring aside. So next thing we need to do is we need to compress our bolt lock right here. We will press that in. If we press it in and we're going to hold it, that frees up our bolt. And remember which direction it goes in, with the extractor at 2 o'clock, or if it's this way, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So I'm going to keep that compressed, and we will twist, or we just push down on it, and we'll just retain it right there. Now you have a little pin down here with a little half moon cut out. Grab your special tool and go underneath it, and we're going to pull it out, and that falls out. Once that comes out, this is free, so if you let it go, it's going to go shooting out, so don't let it go. I'm just going to slowly let it out, and I will pull the bolt out, and our plunger will come out, just like that. And then there's going to be a follower with a spring attached to it, and that's going to be the one we're going to put in first. So I will come back and we will do a reassembly. Okay, we're back. Okay, so let's get cracking and put this guy back together. Okay, first thing we need to do is we need to grab our little spring. Oops, sorry. our plunger and our spring. Now the way this is going to go in is going to be basically that little half moon. These two are going to go in together like this. And that little half moon is going to ride right on top of our bolt. So they're going to ride on top of the bolt like that. So when we put it in, we need to make sure that those cutouts are facing the bolt channel. So if we look at our slide, we need to go in that way with the moon cutout towards the bolt. Okay, put that in. Next, I'm going to put my bolt in. Remember how it went in. This is the part that's going to grab our round out of the magazine, and the extractor is going to go towards 10 o'clock, so we're going to go in this way. And I will put that in. Okay, next, grab your lock. And to pull that guy forward a little bit. And again, with that cutout towards the bolt, we're going to put it in here. You got to finagle it a little bit, you got to play with it a little bit. Oops. So it locks. And just going to move that back by hand. Now if you look inside the hole, you can see the bolt moving back and forth, and the cutout on the bolt, when it presents a full circle to you, you're going to grab our pin with that little notch, the little cutout, with that guy towards the side of the gun. Whoops, it's a little greasy. And the half moon cutout towards us. This way this little channel can guide the firing pin. So I'm going to put that in like that and get it nice and straight. Once that's in, the bolt is retained, we can let it go. Yep, it's retained. Okay, next we will put our firing pin in. So safety off. Our firing pin, get this light over here so we can see in there. So you have two cutouts. You have that little guy and this little guy. So we're just gonna make sure that they go in the same way. So this is gonna go in just like that. But first, I'm gonna put our spring in. And this is symmetrical, doesn't matter which direction it goes in. Just gonna pop that in. And put my firing pin in, just like that. Go straight in. Okay, now I will grab my plate, and the plate will get started right here. We'll just get it started. Whoops. Everything's greasy. It's slips out of my hand. Push that down just a little bit so the plate can retain it, and then we'll just push it all the way down and it will snap into place. Okay, our slide is done. Next, what I'll do is I'm gonna grab our gas block, this little guy right here, and it has a wider cutout and a thinner cutout. So the way I usually put it in is I just, whatever direction I put it in, I'm going to put it inside the hole. I don't really pay attention to that. But what I do is there's a little raised part on your recoil assembly. I'm going to put that facing down through this little hole right here. So I'm just going to put that in. Just gonna hold it there, and then I twist. I just kind of go around, just go round and round until this thing falls into place. So the flat part needs to be facing up. I'll just go round and round until that falls into place. And then these two legs need to go in these two holes as we put it in. So if you have to guide it in, you can guide it in. And I'm just gonna get that started. Okay, flip it to the other side. See, I can see they're not in, so I'm just gonna put my finger in between, spread them out, and boom, they go right in. See those two in there? Okay, now that's in. Grab your barrel. You have that little cutout right there. The barrel goes through the cutout, and you push back. You push all the way back, and as you push all the way back, you just flip that up, and it is good to go. Yep, put the magazine in. And it is done. That's how it's done. Alright guys, that would do it. Let me know if you have any questions. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. It's really the only way I know how I'm doing and if I should keep these things going. So alright guys, see ya.